Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another video on my channel. In my last video I was talking about, sadness, feeling sad, feeling depressed, and how to overcome those difficult times and emotions, right? And I also touched on the usage of social media, and in today's video I want to elaborate further on this, or especially on this, and explain to you what I meant by that in my last video basically, right? So anyways, let's talk about Instagram, because I think Instagram is one of the most used platforms when it comes to social media, and I think most of the people watching right now can relate to this. So anyways, first of all, we hear stuff like, Instagram or social media is bad for you every single day, right? We know that, right? So let's not talk about it, because I think we're all tired of hearing this every single day. But to come to the point, let's say, you check your phone, you take out your phone, you check Instagram, and you see, this red notification in the corner of your screen, right? You know what I'm talking about. At this time, at this point, your brain is releasing dopamine. And first of all, that alone wouldn't be a problem. That isn't really an issue, right? Because dopamine is a good thing, dopamine is released, and I'm not a scientist by any means, but dopamine is released, when you encounter positive things that you enjoy doing, things that you like, for example, eating your favorite food, seeing, your friends, or spending time with your loved ones, right? So that dopamine is a good thing, right? But you have to think about it this way. Keep in mind that when you spend a lot of time on Instagram, social media in general, right? And you get those notifications every single day. Those likes, comments, DMs, when somebody's sliding into your DMs. Haha. No, but on a more serious note, then your brain is constantly releasing dopamine, right? And at some point, your brain is releasing so much dopamine then that it doesn't really, have much more dopamine to produce or to release for the smaller things in life, for the normal, everyday human interactions, and those experiences, for example, walking outside, enjoying nature, and looking at the clouds or the stars, right? So and that's and that's why it is a big issue. And at least in my case, that's what I realized. Back in the day I was using Instagram, I did spend a lot of time on Instagram, and even though that I was doing stuff that I like to do, stuff that I genuinely enjoy doing, going for a walk, or meeting up with friends, of course, before this whole lockdown thing, I still didn't quite feel as happy as I used to feel. And it was almost, as bad to a certain extent that I almost felt empty, and for a long time I didn't really know why, because I thought okay, I'm doing the stuff that I want to do, so why am I not feeling happy, right? And then I realized, that it might be because my the usage of social media, on a daily basis. And then, I tried out things, I tried to minimize my, the time I spent pretty much on Instagram, social media. And I realized, a lot of very positive things, because then I was, once again able to enjoy those smaller things in life, for example, walking outside, meeting up with friends. I genuinely enjoyed doing those things again. Those things gave me joy again, and that was a very amazing feeling, experience for me in general, because I realized, okay, social media is really messing with our head, with our brain, because it does make sense if you think about it, right? We know that social media is, we are all addicted to social media, to our phones, and if you really think about it, then it does make a lot of sense, so I don't want to say, delete Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, straight away, because that would be a little bit too harsh, but the stuff that I did, the stuff that helped me was, I deleted Instagram pretty much. I still delete Instagram, and I only re-download it onto my phone, every 3 or 4 days, because this way I am not tempted to check Instagram, 24/7, because, we all know, even if you really want to minimize the time you spend on social media, you can't really do it, because it is, at this point it is a habit, right? You take out your phone, you check Instagram, you scroll through your feed. It happens automatically, right? So really, so you don't really get tempted, delete it and, re-download it, every second day or something like that, right? And just see for yourself what of a change, what change this will have, you know, on your general well-being and on your mind and everything, right? So that's one point, you know. Second thing would be comparison. And I mean, you know, as a matter of fact, you never really should be comparing yourself to other people, because it doesn't make sense if you think about it, because every single person, you know, on this planet Earth has their own path, their own experiences, emotions and whatnot. So it really doesn't make sense to compare yourself to other people, because you have your own, you know, path. You are who you are, basically, right? You have your own path, your own journey. So that's, you know, like, as a matter of fact, don't compare yourself to other people, like never, you know, like period. But like the problem with social media is that you do exactly that, right? Which is comparing yourself to other people. But the thing is, nowadays, with, you know, the access to social media, you do that on a daily basis, like 24/7 pretty much, right? Like you wake up, you check your phone, you see, okay, he or she, you know, is doing this and this and this, or like is looking this and this and this, and I'm not, right? And then you feel bad because you compare yourself. And that's, you know, a very, very bad thing. And because of Instagram, or like social media as a whole, we are constantly reminded, or like we are constantly, like we almost have to compare ourselves to other people, right? Because we constantly see people that we know. I mean, it's not television, right? You see people like normal, like real people, right? Your friends, you know, your family members, or like, you know, influencers, small influencers, right? And you compare yourself to those people, you know, on a daily basis, and that also has a very huge impact, you know, on your general well-being. And that might be also one of the reasons why you feel sad and unhappy and like depressed, right? So like those are two very important things, you know, where I really see, you know, a big problem, like a big issue when it comes to social media. Because first of all, the dopamine thing, you know, like it's real. Like read about it, or like try it out for yourself and see what, you know, what will change for you. Because for me, a lot of things changed. Like I feel way better, like I feel way more happy, and I don't get distracted, of course. I mean, that's another thing, you know, like distraction, but like that's obvious, so I don't really want to elaborate on that too much. And you know, the comparison thing, right? Because we all know this, right? We check Instagram, like we feel great, like you got something new, you know, like new clothes or something, you go out, you know, you feel amazing, you feel like, yeah, I'm slaying, you know. And then you see, you know, somebody on Instagram that looks like way better, you know, on this picture, and you feel like, okay, yeah, I'm not enough. So you compare yourself, and that's not good, you know. So yeah, anyways, I really hope, you know, you enjoyed watching this video. It was, again, a rather, you know, spontaneous one, once again on my iPhone, so I really hope, you know, this quality isn't too bad. But anyways, like I mentioned, I really hope you enjoyed watching it. Try out those things, you know, try to implement those things. You know, just try it out for like 1 or 2 weeks and see what happens for you. Because like I told you, for me, you know, a lot of things happened and changed to the more, you know, to the like changed for better, basically, right? Yeah. So anyways, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot, you know, and I really appreciate it, your support and your help. And yeah, also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, as always, should be somewhere here on the screen, at AdamK. See you next time, take care, and bye bye.